Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing some of that smoke moving out of the area as we go into the weekend here. It's going to rain a lot, we think, on Saturday, and so that should dissipate a lot of the smoke. And in fact, you might actually see some dirty rain. So the rain falls, and then it falls through that dust and that smoke, and then you may see like those spots on your car of some of that dirty rain, essentially. But as for the game itself, the game is on Sunday afternoon Eastern time. Sunday morning, I think we're going to be seeing a cold front come through the area, and it should kick out any remaining smoke that we're seeing. So pre-match conditions, we may still see some of that haze and smoke hanging around the New York, New Jersey area. But by the time we get into the first half of the game, I think most of that smoke is out of the way, and we should be dealing with a beautiful day out there. Temperatures in the middle 80s with plenty of sunshine. Yeah, and the areas where the smoke is the densest, that can actually cause respiratory problems. So those who may be a little bit more sensitive or may have respiratory issues may want to stay inside for as long as possible, because again, when that smoke comes all the way down to the surface, it can cause breathing issues. And we've already seen that, unfortunately, over the last day or two. We've seen that around New York City. That cloud of smoke has descended all the way down. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of those issues again during the day today. Probably during the day tomorrow as well. Like I said, Saturday, we're going to be seeing, I think, a lot of rain, which should help to dissipate a lot of that smoke. And then by Sunday, the cold front comes through. It's not going to drop the temperatures a whole lot, still going to be in the middle 80s, but it is going to be a little bit more refreshing out there. And that should be able to kick a lot of that smoke out of the area.
There's no question that playing something like soccer, especially that requires basically your lungs are operating at 2 to 3x the workload than at rest. And so these players are exposing their bodies to 2 to 3x the amount of ambient air than they otherwise would. And if that air is filled with a bunch of soot from terrible air, that's not good for their bodies. Even if it's temporary, that is not good. And so not only is it going to be terrible air quality, it's hot. And that can cause an extreme amount of stress on the heart. And so I would, and I'm sure this is going to happen, but this is something where we want to make sure that these players are safe. We want to make sure that their hearts are supported, but adequate hydration is going to be critical. Maintaining core body temperatures at as low as possible. So I would encourage and I would expect that FIFA is going to take into account environmental conditions and potentially build in more breaks throughout the game. I would hope, especially if air quality is going to be poor and heat is going to be very unrelenting. There's going to have to be different rules applied here than in a typical World Cup game, because we want to make sure that bodies are going to be accommodating to unusual circumstances. And what does that mean? That means increased stress on the heart's going to beat faster, and there's a lot that we can't control. The only thing that we can control is giving players more of a break more frequently. And yet I would make sure that you come prepared with a high quality mask. It reminds us of our conversations during COVID, but this is important. And you don't want to expose your body to insults that can really cause some serious damage in a very short period of time. First of all, I would encourage people in those categories, if you're immunocompromised for whatever reason, to consider watching the game at home instead of going in person. So sell your tickets if that's an option, if air quality is going to be bad on Sunday. If you must go and you're in those high-risk conditions, you must, and I highly recommend wearing a high-quality mask and coming prepared. I'm sure FIFA is looking at this. I would hope that they would take seriously a contingency if air quality is in the severe range, which it may very well be. Coupled with heat, that is a very powerful and dangerous 1-2 punch to the human body. Unrelenting heat and humidity coupled with poor air quality can impact those that are 80, of course, but it can also impact a very fit 20-year-old that's a World Cup athlete. It can impact both spectrums of the age range, and it's important to take that seriously.
As New Yorkers can see, and in some neighborhoods as New Yorkers can smell, smoke from the Canadian wildfires is over our city. What the experts say is that today is expected to be the worst day of this event. The state has forecast air quality in the unhealthy range for the New York City region, and I want to be clear about what that word means in this instance. At unhealthy levels, everyone, not just people with asthma and heart conditions, not just older adults, everyone may feel health effects. So today, every New Yorker should take precautions. Limit your time outdoors, especially strenuous activity. We have made free KN95 masks available at hundreds of locations citywide, including libraries, police precincts, and a number of firehouses.